All right, so now I'm going to be giving my full review on one of the latest releases from the house of Sphinx Fragrances. For those that aren't familiar, Sphinx Fragrances is a new company. It is a brother or sister company of Alexandria Fragrances, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. It's run by his brother, Haney's brother, Mohammed. These are all niche fragrances. Again, they're all original fragrances. These aren't clones, unlike Alexandria Fragrances, which has a mixture of the two, originals and inspirations or clones. These are all truly original creations in their niche quality, and you certainly get that. Right now, they're having a sale. I believe it's 35% off. I think it's still active. I'm going to check now. But I mean, if you're wanting to check them out, now is the time. Yes. So this is normally the one I'm going to be reviewing today is called First Date. This is normally 119. It's now on sale for 77.99. Huge discount. You can also get a travel spray atomizer if you don't want to commit to for 16 instead of 24. This is the time. They also have 2.5 mil samples. Really, the time to check these out while they're on sale. Again, you can sample if you don't want to commit. But I'll tell you right now, I've yet to be disappointed by anything from this line. They're all, really impressive, and I was trying to really narrow down what my favorite would be, and man, it was hard. And I will say this: I initially, when I kind of saw these before actually being able to test them, I was worried they might be, too controversial or too like some of them might be too complicated or really just not mass appealing, I guess is a better way of saying it. But now having sat with all these, not only they're all mass appealing, they're all very mass appealing, but they smell of niche quality in there truly original. So you're not going to smell one of these and be like, oh, this is this. Like a lot of brands who come out with originals, especially some other clone houses that we all know about, their originals are literally just other, rebranded inspirations that are already out there. They just change the name of it or add a note here or there on top of the oils that they're getting from Dubai or wherever. These are truly original fragrances. And again, this was not easy. I think, though, this is probably my favorite. Again, I enjoy them all. This was not easy to narrow down. And this one is First Date. Again, these are all from Sphinx Fragrances. They all come in these square bottles. Some of them have like placards on them that look a little nicer. I think $10 more. They're kind of the more expensive ones. These are the cheaper. They're only $10 difference, and they smell just as good. But it's a different kind of line within the brand. So anyway, First Date. I'm going to read the description. It says First Date was inspired by ancient Egyptian artifacts and is an expertly crafted perfume that evokes the mystery, charm, and seduction that ancient Egypt has to offer. It's characterized by a central blend of amber, musk, and ambergris, which creates a long-lasting experience that enables anyone who wears it to discover the treasure and secrets of kings and queens. And I will say this: I love fragrances with ambergris, musk, and amber. It's probably not a surprise. It's my favorite just based on the notes. First Date is a fragrance that melds the warmth of amber with the sweetness of vanilla. It's sweet, warm, comforting, and inviting. It opens up with a citrus blast, but quickly settles into a warm caramel accord. Touch of cedar lends its masculinity, while cashmere, wood, musk, ambergris, and tonka bean bring out its exotic allure. There's always an intensely masculine fragrance that has been described as sexy, sophisticated, and mass appealing. Certainly all of those. Certainly sexy, certainly sophisticated, and certainly mass appealing. I will say, again, based on the note breakdown, it was no surprise to me that this was something that I was really going to enjoy. The top notes are bay leaf, thyme, orange, Amalfi lemon and lime, coconut, almond. Mid is Virginia cedar, lily of the valley, sandalwood, cashmere wood, cedar, sea salt, jasmine, saffron, rose. Base is ambergris, musk, amber, vanilla, caramel, and tonka bean. So no surprise, super unique scent breakdown. So what do you get? Well, you can see the atomizers are nice on these. You are going to get a nice blast of that citrus out the gate. Very citrus forward. It's also a sweetness. Now, when you see coconut, don't be afraid. Don't be like, oh, is this going to smell like, suntan lotion? It doesn't. The coconut is kind of the background player in here. It's not overpowering. That's something I noticed about all of Alexandria. The notes in these are not Alexandria Sphinx. The notes in these are, they're not like, one doesn't overly dominate the rest. So even the rose in here, normally a lot of times you see rose and a lot of people are scared off, me included, depending on the fragrance and what I'm looking for. But the rose is a part of just one of the accords that really make it up. It is not overpowering. It's not a heavy dose of rose. It's not a heavy dose of coconut. They all just play kind of supporting roles to really make this fragrance what it is. And they have this nice kind of complicated or complexion to this, complex, 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 complexity, sorry, to this fragrance, and that otherwise wouldn't be here. You do get the sweetness again from the vanilla, the tonka bean, the caramel, and it smells. It doesn't go like gourmand, so don't be worried about that. It just adds a touch of like sensuality to it, a touch of sweetness to it. But you get a lot of that again. The woods, the ambergris, the sea salt. They're going to make it more masculine. And this isn't. This isn't. Don't think it's like a because of the sea salt or whatever. This isn't an aquatic fragrance or anything like that. It is definitely fits the profile of being a date fragrance. You get that nice citrus in the front. Anybody who knows anything about masculine fragrances, generally women, if you're trying to attract people of the opposite sex, assuming you're a man, you're looking for a woman, or a woman looking for a woman, generally they tend to go towards fresh and sweet fragrances. Well, this is both of those. Okay, you're getting fresh and sweetness. You're getting the freshness from the citruses, and you're getting the heavy dose of sweetness from the musk or the vanilla, caramel, and tonka bean. But you're also having that balance with ambergris and musk, some of the florals, and then the cedar in the woods is really giving it this kind of very level, very balanced scent profile. But it's going to get that sweetness that's going to draw attention. Okay, and the way that comes together to me almost gives me this kind of like the caramel and the vanilla with the citruses. It's just like it's just the perfect balance. Again, it's not overly sweet. It's not sweet like something like Wanted by Night. Okay, it's not that sweet or Bad Boy. It's just got a touch of sweetness, but done right. So it's kind of like maybe this vanilla you get in the Ventus, right? But little more sweet than that. So think sweeter than a Ventus, but you still get that nice citrus blast and you get those nice woods. Um, very good. The woodiness again just adds this nice kind of masculinity to the fragrance. And the citruses, they do fade, but they're still kind of there. So the initial citrus burst will kind of fade a little bit as the sweetness gets, kind of kicks back up from the base notes. But it's still going to be there. You're still going to get some of that citruses. It's going to come off kind of like a fruit, almost like a fruity vibe. And you're going to get that nice sweetness coming in. Again, the woodsiness from it. And there's this kind of like the ambergris as a nice kind of mysterious kind of touch to it. Now, the rose and the jasmine, you don't really pick those up a whole lot. I think they're just, again, kind of like a supporting player. Same with the coconut. I mean, there is coconut in here, but it's not like a suntan lotion coconut. It's more reminds me of like the actual coconut meat. And again, it's a very small kind of dose of coconut. It's very well balanced. It's not overly powering. It's not a suntan lotion kind of core. Anyway, this is certainly mass appealing. I've gotten compliments on this. The longevity is not bad either. I think I got about I want to say 7 or 8 hours. Now it does get a lot closer to the skin. I'd say around the 5 hour mark, it's going to sit a lot closer to the skin, but it is a date night fragrance. That is kind of what it's intended to do, trying to project out. But it will project really well for the first, I'd say 3 to 4 hours. You're really going to be pushing out, and it's going to get a little closer to that after that. And then about the 5 hour mark, it's going to really sit closer, but it's still going to be there. Perfect for, again, what it's supposed to be, the date night fragrance. I really enjoy this. It does become relatively linear after the kind of the first, I'd say, 30 minutes. You're going to kind of really be settled into what the fragrance is going to be. Not going to develop a whole lot after that, but it smells fantastic. This is very mass appealing. I think potentially the most mass appealing of the collection, with Signature probably being right there with this. Signature is definitely a little more versatile than this, but they're both extremely mass appealing. As you get into Black Anubis and the Citron, those are kind of more, they're definitely still mass appealing, but they're more complex and more, you're either going to like them or you're not. Especially with Black Anubis. You're either going to like that or you're not. I do, but I can see why some people might not. Again, you got to be a fan of Rose. The Rose is more prominent in that. And I'll get into those later, but this first date and Signature, easily blind buy worthy. Definitely worth checking out. Super mass appealing, great performance, and they're very unique. So if you like fresh and sweet fragrances, man, check out First Date, check out Signature. Really hard to go wrong. Signature is slightly more versatile, like I said, but you can wear this really whenever too. I mean, really whenever you could wear Signature. I can see you wearing this. You can certainly wear it in the cold weather. You could wear it in the warm weather. It's just, again, it is a date night fragrance. So again, later on in the dry down, 5 or 6 hour period is going to sit a little closer to the skin, but it's still going to be there. So, if you're on a date and they're close to you and you're intimate, you're still going to smell it. They're going to pick up on it. Or in the sillage, when you're walking past somebody, they're going to pick up on it as well. So anyway, again, this is from Sphinx Fragrances. This is First Date, and I will do the rest of them. Like I said, review the rest of them. If you've tried this, let me know. Post in the comment section. If you tried anything from the house, let me know what your experiences was, what your favorite is from the house. I think right now this is my favorite. But I'll have to, right now I'm gonna say this is my favorite. Then I'll have to rank from there. Signature is definitely up there, but honestly, it's hard because once I wore to back, that's a lot better on the skin, and so is Black Anubis. So anyway, I'm gonna have to go through that. I'm still struggling. But first date to me is my favorite from the house, and man, it does not disappoint. Again, original, very high quality, especially right now with it being on sale. But super versatile, fresh, sweet, hard to go wrong with it. $77. I mean, this is time to pick it up if you want to. Again, but if you want to sample, I understand that. I don't really encourage blind buy. Usually, I do, but I don't encourage other people do. So if you're worried about that, get a 10 mil travel atomizer, or you can get a 2.5 sample. Like I said, they're on sale now though, so this would be the time at least to sample it.